What is up, Aries? How are you guys doing? It is time for your weekly check-in. We're going to see what's happening with you guys in the third week of January 2026. January, week 3. If any of you are in need of a personal reading, all the information on how to go about doing that is in the description of this video. Okay, let's jump into this. Let's see how that energy is looking in the third week of January. Universe, how's it looking? Aries and the person they're dealing with, how's it looking? Almost brand new deck, so I gotta warm it up a little bit. Oh, damn. Why is that always, that always comes out for y'all, man. Always. Every time, dude. You know what that means, right? Conflict, drama, some bullshit popping off. Let's get 3 shuffles. There's 1, 2, and 3. Ooh, and the Aries card is reversed as the overall energy. Is that you? And the 7 of Wands. Oh, it looks like there might be some communication here. Yup, looks like there might be some communication, but goddamn, bro. Look. It doesn't look like harmonious communication. Let's put it like that. Don't look like it. So the good news is that maybe that's what it takes. Maybe that's what it takes for you to just throw in the white towel and say, fuck it. Done. It don't get a whole lot doner than that right there. Dun 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 dun. That's extra crispy right there. That's what it's looking like to me. Some of you dealing with a Scorpio. I also have Taurus. Could be a fellow Aries, but I feel like this is your energy. Just really bent out of shape and out of your element. You know? So, I don't really see the two of you coming together. This just mainly looks like communication that just doesn't go anywhere. And I mean, you may be walking away with more questions than answers, very possibly. But I feel like you're finally laying this to rest. Let's see this person's feelings, energies, and intentions. The person you're dealing with. Person Aries is dealing with. What are their truest, deepest feelings, energies, and intentions? Ooh, okay, there's somebody else involved. Definitely somebody else involved. I don't know if I want to go as far as to say they're juggling you and someone else. Possibly. They're very guarded towards you. Very guarded. Ooh. Yeah. Now, see, this right here is what just makes me want to rip my hair out. Obviously, they want to talk to you. Obviously. But I don't think they have intentions of being upfront, vulnerable, open, and honest with you, you know? I think they just don't really know whether or not the two of you could build a life partnership or if it's just a waste of time. They don't know. They don't know. They don't know, but they do want to talk to you. Now, it's hard to say why. The only thing, just seeing that that's how they feel, the only thing that I could really conclude is that they want to talk to you to draw a better conclusion, maybe. You know, to get a better idea as to how they want to feel about this. I don't think they know how to feel about this exactly. Not really. I think they probably flip-flop back and forth from one day to the next, you know? Could be a Gemini for some of you. Also have Cancer. And again, Emperor reversed. Again, second time in a row. Could be a fellow Aries for some of you. I feel like it's your energy, though, to be honest with you. All right. Okay. And they don't want the drama, honestly. That's one thing they don't want. So, they're still guarded, though. Let's get the advice then, since we got the outcome in the first spread. What's the advice? Eight of Pentacles reversed. Hermit reversed. Well, okay. I mean, I do think that a conversation would be beneficial between the two of you. All I'm going to say, because I know this can be challenging to control, all I'm going to say is this. If it does get to that point, and by the way, you're like the fifth sign I've had to tell this to for the month of January. If it does get to that point where it blows up and explodes into a bunch of drama, I'm not going to tell you not to do that. I'm just going to say, if it does get to that point, it is going to create a stronger karmic tie and make your energetic pathway more rough, rocky, and bumpy than it would have been. You know? That's just what it is. Energy, frequency, and vibration doesn't give a shit. It doesn't care if you're in the right or in the wrong. It doesn't care if your feelings are valid. Your feelings may very well be valid. Doesn't matter. Energy doesn't care. Energy manifests the way energy manifests. My favorite example, this flame right here, vibrates at a very specific frequency. If my finger tries to match the frequency of that flame, it's going to burn the piss out of me. It doesn't care if I did something wrong. It doesn't care if I'm a good person or a bad person. That's the way energy manifests. So while your feelings may very well be valid, 100%, it's still going to create a karmic tie. And that's just going to be more energy that you have to work through, you know, and when it comes to attracting the next person that's due to come in, best case scenario, it's going to push that timeline out a little bit. Worst case scenario, it could block it from coming in altogether. You know, so that's all I'm going to say. I would recommend, personally, I mean, especially those of you who have already seen what this person's all about. You already know. So it's not like this is going to catch you off guard or take you by surprise, you know. It's just sometimes we can tend to paint a picture in our mind, you know, like you haven't talked to somebody in a while and you paint in your mind this person that they have become and the healing that you hope they've done and the changes and the growth and evolution that you hope they've done. And you get your own hopes up. And then when they turn out to be the exact same fucking person that you walked away from, you get mad because of your own expectations. You already know. You already know. If I was you, I would just walk away from them quietly. That's just me, though. I'm very, very conscious about my energetic pathway. Very, very conscious. At all times, I'm constantly monitoring my vibration and my energetic pathway. You know, and I'm not, personally, it's just me. I'm not saying you got to be like me. I'm not saying I'm right and you're wrong. I'm just the type where it's going to be very, very hard to get me to fuck up my energetic pathway. Very hard. Very, very hard. And yeah, if you don't mind, though, hey, it'll just give you more healing to do and more energy to work through. All right, let's see. What should I read next? I guess let's just see how things are looking generally for the singles. Actually, no, you know what? Let's do something different this week. Let's look and see what's going on with those of you who have just recently connected with a new person. Let's look at the new person. I don't think I've done that yet for the weekly check-ins, have I? So if you're not dealing with or inquiring about somebody you just recently connected with, this is not for you. How's the energy looking? Oh, 8 of Swords. Okay. Hang on. Well, something makes you feel a little bit uneasy. But there's also an abnormally strong connection here, isn't there? For some of you, I mean, I think a lot of you are feeling a pretty significant feeling of soul recognition. Some of you may feel like you've known this person before, or you recognize them and you've never met them before. You know that feeling, right? And that's because I think you and this person have had many, many lifetimes together. Many. And something about this person triggers pre-birth and or past life memories. But there's still something that feels a little bit uneasy and you can't quite tell what it is. Well, I think I know what it is, and I got to tread very lightly on this subject because it is a general reading for the masses. But for those of you who resonate with that message, I think that the uneasy feeling is the unfinished business from the past life is what it is, right? I think that's what it is. It's just when two people come together who have unfinished business from a past life, it's difficult to sort through why the energy feels so intense because you don't remember creating that energy because you were in a different ego skin suit, right? I don't know. This is telling me that you might be thinking about fucking walking away from this. You very well may. Some of you, let's see, who do I got here? Some of you dealing with an Aquarius, also have Leo, and that's it. But could be anybody. Those are just energies. Let's see how they feel about you and what their energies and intentions look like. New person, Aries just recently connected with. What are their feelings, energies, and intentions? All right. Well, honestly, you know what this feels like to me? I don't want to get too specific, but this does kind of feel like they're ready to jump in head first after the ending of their last relationship. It feels to me like for a lot of you, they're fresh out of a relationship, you know? So what this feels like to me, doesn't have to be though, but even if they're not fresh out, I still think that they have been looking to jump into a new relationship since their last one ended, whether that was last week, last month, or last year. So I don't see bad intentions though. I don't. I think they actually have trust issues. I think they have some pretty serious trust issues because they've been hurt very badly in the past. And ain't we fucking all, right? But I don't really have anything horrible to say about this person. I really don't. You know me, I'm gonna fucking tell you if I see it. I'm gonna tell you if I see it. So I'm not seeing it here. It's not coming through here. Now that doesn't mean that this person's a perfect little angel. None of us are perfect little angels, but nothing really big and substantial, you know, to worry about right off the bat. Like, I don't think they're playing games. I don't think they're using you, manipulating you, breadcrumbing you, blowing smoke up your ass or nothing like that. I just think they have some trust issues, you know, even though to me, the way I see it is if you got fucking trust issues, you don't need to be dating nobody, right? That's so stupid. Heal your fucking trust issues first and then get out there in the dating world. But whatever, people are going to do what they're going to do. Let's see, I guess what kind of advice we can pull for this. What advice do we have? Keep an eye on the energy. So I can't stress this enough. When I say monitor the vibration, when I say pay attention to the energy, that means feel it out. Feel it out. A lot of people get stuck spinning in circles because they're spending too much time trying to figure it out. I'm not saying don't try to figure anything out. What I'm saying is after a while, once you have overthought every piece of information that's at your disposal and it's getting to the point where you're just thinking in circles, there's nothing left to figure it out. You feel it out. At the end of the day, when energy feels off, it's off. Don't try to figure out why it feels off. Most people get stuck in that position, overthinking it, because they're afraid maybe they're just imagining it. Well, guess what? If you're just imagining it, that is still indicative of a problem that's going to sabotage the relationship, isn't it? So what if you are imagining it? Then you're just going to sabotage it, because that indicates you have healing you need to do. That indicates that you view the world through a broken lens. If you're just imagining some bullshit that's not even there, that's your problem then, and you're going to sabotage this shit. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're imagining it or if you're intuitively picking up on it or if the two of you are just a frequency mismatch. If it feels off, something's off, and it's going to get fucked up at some point. So just pay attention to the energy. I'm not saying that you should just snap your fingers and be glowing and floating on a cloud and shitting rainbows. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is pay attention to that energy. If that uneasy, tense feeling doesn't, it's going to do one or two things. It's either going to start to subside or it's going to get worse. That's just all there is to it. You know, day by day, week by week. Either you're going to say, okay, I'm feeling a little bit better about this, or you're going to be losing more sleep. It's going to get worse as time goes on. You're going to get more anxious, more tense, more nervous, you know. So just keep an eye on that. I wouldn't let it go too far into Aquarius season if the energy feels like it's getting worse, okay? All right, y'all, I feel like those were the messages that my Aries family needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget, information for personal readings is all down here in the description, all right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.